Hi everyone, this is part 35 of ASP.NET. Today we'll discuss about upcasting and downcasting. Okay, this is very powerful topic because whenever you want to customize the grid view control, you must have the knowledge on this topic. So before going to this topic, you must have the knowledge on inheritance. I think everyone know about inheritance. What is inheritance? Inheritance means it is a mechanism of obtaining the variables and methods from one class to another class. It is a mechanism of obtaining the variables and methods from one class to another class. The class which is giving variables and methods is called as superclass or parent class or base class, and the class which is taking variables and methods is called as subclass or child class or derived class. Rules to be followed while working with inheritance: minimum two classes must exist, relationship must exist between the classes. So you see, minimum two classes must be there. Only variables and methods will participate in inheritance. Constructors will never participate in inheritance. Constructors will stay in their own classes because the purpose of constructor is to initialize the values. Okay, now here if you observe clearly, in class A, I have two variables are there, three methods are there, one constructor is there. Class B, here you have one variable, but because of inheritance, superclass members are also available in subclass. So number of variables in B 3, number of methods in B 5, number of constructors in B 1, because constructors will never participate in inheritance. They will stay in their own classes. Advantages of inheritance are three advantages are there: reusability, extensibility, and reimplementation. Reusability means elimination of repetition of code is called reusability. Extensibility means adding extra functionality to the existing class, that is extensibility. Reimplementation means modifying the method logic in the derived class, that is reimplementation. So generally, for example, if I'm developing a project for a particular college to maintain the student details like student number, name, age, gender, phone number, email ID, address, percentage, grade. And similarly, I want to maintain the student details and employee details. So gather the variables and methods depending on the requirement. But if you observe clearly in both the classes, the same variables are repeated in both the classes. Okay, now if you observe clearly, every student and employee both will have number, name, address, and all the things. So repeatedly writing the same variables and methods in multiple classes will increase the number of lines of code. Increase the number of lines of code. So unnecessarily waste of memory. So the solution for this is reusability. Okay, na? So what is happening? What is the observation? Repeatedly declaring the same variables and methods in multiple classes. Is it clear? Will increase the number of lines of code, which leads to the code redundancy. Solution for code redundancy is code reusability. So how to achieve code reusability? By using inheritance. So the common variables belongs to multiple classes, keep in one superclass. Here you see. Okay, na person, the common variables and methods belongs to student and employee, keep in superclass. Because student and employee both will have number, name, age, gender, phone number, email ID, address. Okay, na? And student will have extra percentage and grade. Specific variables keep in derived classes, common variables keep in superclass. So the number of variables in superclass, how many? 3 plus 3, 6, 7. So number of variables in student class, 7 plus 2, 9. In employee class, 7 plus 3, 10. So variables and methods will participate in inheritance. Different types of inheritance we already know: single level inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, multiple inheritance, hybrid inheritance. Single level inheritance means creating a derived class by using single base class. It is called as single level inheritance. One parent, one child. Okay, in this scenario, object and reference is fixed. Single parent and single child exist means object reference is fixed. Okay, now just here I'm showing you. Here you can write something like, if you are a C# developer, you can write console.write. Actually, this is Angular TypeScript class I'm showing. Okay, just you understand. Okay. So what I'm telling here, is it clear? One parent, single child exist. Is it clear? Here I'm creating an object B1 is equal to new B of. And if one parent, one child exist, object and reference for derived class. And you can call both the methods. That is single level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance. Creating a derived class by using another derived class is called as multi-level inheritance. Creating a derived class by using another derived class is called as multi-level inheritance. Is it clear, everyone? And here you see grandfather, father, and what? Son. Okay, now so you can call all the methods with single object. Class A, class B extends A, but in C# we'll use colon B, colon A, and here also class C, colon A. The colon is called as inheritance operator. Java, TypeScript, they will use extends. So you can call all the methods actually. Did you understand, everyone? That is about multi-level inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance means single parent and multiple child exist. This is very, very important. Single parent and multiple child exist. Here A is superclass, B, C, D, these three are child classes. Now this is what very, very important topic what we have to discuss now. Okay, now so if single parent and multiple child exist, okay, now if a single parent multiple child exist, then what to do, you know? Object is for derived class. Object is for derived class and reference is for superclass. Reference is for superclass. Okay, as a developer you have to take a decision. Is it clear? When to what object and what reference? Is it clear? For example, if single parent and single child exist. As a developer, you have to take the decision. For example, here my requirement is, let us assume, if single parent and single child exist, here you must have the knowledge object, and here you have to give reference. This is one tabular format I will try to draw here. If single parent and single child exist, object and reference. Okay, na? So here, for example, what single parent, single child exist means what? Object is for which class? Derived class. If single parent and single child exist, object is for which class? Derived class. Reference also for which class? Derived class only. Is it clear? So no doubt about that. Object, reference, both for derived class. Is it clear? If single parent and single child exist. If single parent and multiple child exist. If single parent and multiple child exist, in the scenario where single parent and multiple child exist, what is fixed means object is not fixed. Object is for derived class, reference is for superclass. One parent and multiple child exist, and here I have one class with name A, here B, here C, here D. Single parent and multiple child exist. In this scenario, what happened? Object is for derived class. Object will create at runtime. A1 is equal to new dash of actually. So always right hand side object is created, left hand side reference is created. So in this scenario, object is not fixed. Object is for created runtime either by server or by CLR. Is it clear? Reference is fixed. This concept is called as upcasting. You can ask me, what is upcasting? What is upcasting? Did you understand? Simple topic I'm telling. What is upcasting means? Upcasting means subclass object assigned to superclass reference. Subclass object assigned to superclass reference. That concept is called as upcasting. Subclass object assigned to superclass reference. That concept is called as upcasting. In what scenarios we have to apply upcasting? In what scenarios we have to apply upcasting? Is it clear? Simply you can tell in the scenario where single parent and multiple child exist. In the scenario where single parent and multiple child exist, we have to apply upcasting. We apply what all of you? Upcasting. One parent and multiple child exist. In that scenario, we'll apply what? Upcasting. Here I have one class A. Here I have class B. Here I have class C. Here I have class D. Now here if I try to write something like this, here for example if I try to write, okay, now here if, for example if I try to write something like this, how to write? Write like this, A1, here I'll write something like this, A1 is equal to new dash of, A1 is equal to new dash of. Is it clear? So here one parent, single parent and multiple child exist. If single parent and multiple child exist, what will happen? What is fixed? Reference is fixed. What is not fixed? Object is not fixed. In this scenario, object will create at runtime. Object will create at runtime, either by server or by CLR. Okay, now upcasting means it is a process of subclass object assigned to superclass reference. That concept is called as upcasting. In what scenario we have to apply upcasting means in the scenario where single parent and multiple child exist. In that scenario we have to apply what? Upcasting. Very, very important, upcasting and downcasting. Did you understand everyone? The scenario where single parent and multiple child exist. In that scenario we have to apply what? Upcasting. Called as upcasting. And here you see, now you can ask me one more question. Sir, what methods we can access? What methods we can access with superclass reference? What methods we can access with? So this class is very, very powerful class, so that you can feel comfortably work with ASP.NET MVC. Any advanced topic, upcasting, downcasting is mandate. What methods we can access with superclass reference? Simply you can tell. With superclass reference, we can access only superclass methods. Only superclass methods. So first of all, you must have the clarity on object and reference. Object purpose is allocating memory for the variables. Reference purpose is accessibility. Is it clear? So what methods we can access with superclass reference? With superclass reference, we can access only superclass methods. Is it clear? We already know about the difference between object and reference. Object purpose is to allocate memory. Reference purpose is accessibility. If you want to access the methods, then reference is required. Allocate the memory, object is required. Now my question is, what methods we can access with superclass reference? For example, I will declare one class A. In this class, I will declare one method, something like this, public void show. Is it clear? Public void show, bracket open, bracket close. Here I will try to print I am A show, I am show, something like this, one method. And here I will declare one more class B extends A. Here bracket open, bracket close. Okay, na? So generally 99% is, in what scenarios we will try to apply upcasting means, okay, na? Single parent and multiple child exist. In that scenario only, mostly we will use what? This upcasting. Are you following? And here what I will do, now here I will try to display I am display, something like that. I am display. Okay, now here I will try to take separate class. Okay, now here I'll try to take some separate class. I'll try to take. Okay, now class test. Here I'll try to take the main method. So you think that there are more classes also there, no doubt. Class C extends A, but I'm not considering if single parent multiple child exist. Okay, now. So here what to do? Here I have one class. As a class test. So here what I will try to do? Here I'll try to declare the main method. Something like static void main. Here bracket open, bracket close. Are you following? Now here what I will do, I'll try to create object for derived class. 100% object is for derived class, no doubt. Now I am manually creating, but generally object will create at runtime. So what methods we can access with superclass reference? With superclass reference, we can access only superclass methods. Is it clear? The object is created for derived class. Here object is created for derived class, but reference is created for superclass. So what methods we can access with superclass reference means, with superclass reference you can access only superclass methods. So you can call only show method. You cannot access display method. Did you understood?